4. Math is not my forte. 8, 12. I'm not mad at anyone but myself. That's all I ask. We got a budget. Am I right or am I wrong? Hi, my name is Kirsten. I am an artist. I'm a painter. In my background, I have a blank or semi-blank canvas. The reason it looks all splotchy like that is because I painted over it with gesso. There was an old painting on there that I started, didn't really like, and I didn't think it was going anywhere. So I was like, hey, we're not gonna waste a 24 by 36. We're gonna just paint over with some gesso and move on with our lives. I want to show you my gridding process. In my last video, I painted this painting, and the hardest part about painting is getting the idea from like the tablet screen to the canvas. Gridding is definitely really helpful for me. You guys are gonna go up here. So if you're starting your gridding process, I'm pretty sure that you already know what you wanna paint. I have an iPad. This is usually where I do the whole gridding process. Okay, so going back to the image that you wanna paint, find that image in your camera roll. You might wanna download this app called Grid, with like a little pound sign or hashtag, whatever you want to call it. Also consider what size your actual canvas is. My canvas is a 24 by 36, which I believe is a 2:3 ratio, which I will show you when you go into your edit settings and you go to like the cropping setting. There's gonna be like this little cropping automatic type vibe thing at the top right hand corner. You're gonna hit that, and then at the bottom of your screen you should come up with a rectangle cropping, landscape rectangle cropping, then it says original, freeform, square. My iPad is not super updated, so it might look different on like an iPhone or something. If you look all the way to the right side, it has some options for different ratios that you can crop it by, and like I said before, my canvas is 24 by 36, which is equivalent to 2:3. You can just Google whatever is equivalent or do it in your brain if you're good at math. I'm gonna crop this to 2:3, and it does cut some off, but that's okay. I can always size it up where I want to paint. And once I do that, I'm just hit done because I'm done. Then I'm gonna go over to the Grid app that I was talking about. I'm gonna just, you know, tap on the little camera, add the image that I just created. So if you think about it, 12 by 36, what's like an equivalent number that goes into both of those?
Editing, and I meant to say 24 by 36, not 12 by 36.
I chose 6. 6 goes into both 36 and 24. Am I right or am I wrong? I don't know. I said 6, so I edited the amount of columns to be 6, and it should be equivalent. Like it should have equivalent squares here. I adjusted it to 6 columns, and the length automatically adjusted to 9 columns. So if you think about it, 9 times, wait, there's a lot of numbers here. I'm probably not explaining this in the best way possible, but 6 times 4 is 24, right? 24. And 9 times 4 is 36. 36. Save this grid, okay?
Okay, I'm editing, and I feel like the way I do math is so backwards. I can't explain it. It's probably not the most efficient way to do math, but this is just how my brain works and how it's wired, I guess. I don't know if this makes sense, but this is how I did it.
As I said before, 9 times 4 is 36. 6 times 4 is 24.
24.
Math is not my forte, so explaining a math problem is even worse. Basically, the squares are gonna be 4 inches apart. 4 inches apart. I'm grabbing my terribly bent, embarrassing ruler, and I'm gonna go ahead and measure 4-inch squares, I guess. I do have to say, if it were not for college, I would not know how to do this. Squares should be approximately 4 inches apart. Well, let's see if I'm right. If I'm wrong, it'll be embarrassing, and it should give me it better give me 6 squares. 12, what comes after 12? 16? Oh crap, did I do this wrong? Wait, 20, and then you have 24. Let me do that on the bottom. Then I should have 6 columns. If I don't, we're gonna have to backtrack, okay? Tell me you need a new ruler without telling me you need a new ruler. I think I've sat on, intentionally bent this ruler, so it has every right to be a little not straight. Let's take a step back, and I don't know, can you even see the lines? That's really depressing. Let's make sure I have 6 though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now that I got the columns that you can't see, I'm gonna do rows. And how many did we say? 9 rows. 9 rows. Same, 4 inches apart. So make sure your grid has equivalent squares. That's all I ask. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, correct? Yeah, 32, 36 kind of is there for itself. The boxes look bigger than I thought they were gonna look. So the grid is done. I have a bunch of equivalent boxes on here. All of these boxes should be basically a 4x4 box. This grid should match the grid that you made on your iPad or your computer screen. So when you're going in to add in all the details, just use the grid and copy the details that are in each box, and it should make the picture that you want to paint. It should match. Sometimes I do grids and they come out looking like garbage. But this grid, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, because there's a little mess up right there. But 10 out of 10, you know what I'm saying? I should be getting ready for class. I have to make a stop at Michael's first. I hope this little tutorial was helpful for you. So I'm here at Michael's, the one I used to work at, which is fantastic. We're gonna go get the couple of supplies that I need. Hopefully I don't spend more than this. We got a budget. I don't know if that's the right kind of wire. It's getting comfortable. I need foam board. I'm looking for the armature wire that I need, and I don't know what aisle it's in. This is what I need to get. Should I ask? Excuse me.
Hi.
I have a question. Do you know where this would be, armature wire?
Says it should be down aisle 37.
37? Okay, great. Thank you. Oh. Yesterday I went to Walmart. I was about to settle for something like a thinner wire. You know, I was like, okay, this will work. No, that's the wire. Look how thick. I was about to settle for some type of thin wire, and I would have came to class looking stupid. All right, well, at least we found it. Let's go. I'm gonna totally be late for class. So I had to go back into the store. First of all, the wire rang up $1 more than what it should have rung up. I'm not mad at anyone, but myself. I go and I look at the picture again, and the wire does look a little bit thinner on the picture than the wire that I purchased. I go back there and I just pick up the other wire. It's still not the right size, but it's a little bit more accurate. So I was like, okay, it's just gonna have to be this wire. All right, I'll see you in class, maybe, possibly. Bye. I actually made it here on time. I don't know why. I just saw some girl in my class walking into the building and she wasn't holding any foam board, which is kind of concerning me right now. I don't know. All I know is I'm confused. I just witnessed someone else from my class walking in with no supplies. Am I crazy right now? Maybe I should see if we need it and then I'll come back to my car to get it. Oh, I feel like that's the safest option. Only because, you know, the foam board is so big and I feel like I'm gonna look stupid walking in a class holding a big thing of foam board if we don't need it. I will bring the wire. I saw somebody with some foam board. The thing is, I couldn't remember if that's one of the things she told me to bring. The back seat of an art student. That class was interesting. That was my design class. Do I like it?